Hello! In this video I'll be talking you through my picks for the top 5 casual motorcycle shoes. Now let's find out which one of these boots was made for walking. As it turns out, all of these boots or shoes were made for walking, but they're also made for riding. Now a main reason to go for one of these instead of an ankle or a knee-high motorcycle boot would be to go out looking a little bit more casual. But before you go running off getting your Levi's and your Chuck Taylor shoes, just remember that those items of clothing will only protect you against flies and, well, hopefully wasps, but pretty much nothing else. Now these shoes are protective, are made from protective materials and in many cases are waterproof. On top of that, even though they're bike boots and bike shoes, they're still very comfy to walk in for at least a few hours. If you were to wear a regular motorcycle boot, of course you would be better protected in pretty much every area. However, those boots don't always look the part when maybe going to a party or a meeting or work or anything like that. So for those situations, these boots will look the part and do the job. Exhibit A is the Alpinestars J-6 shoe, a very much tried and tested shoe which could well be the best looking shoe in the world. And that's not me saying that, well, it's me saying it now, but really it's you guys saying it to us because there have been so many of these sold worldwide and it's been on the market for so long now that it could possibly be the best looking one around. This shoe is very comfortable to wear, it looks great, it's waterproof, made from leather, and it's just generally a great shoe for a great price, so definitely worth considering the Alpinestars J6. Next up is the REV'IT Jefferson, a shoe that I have been riding with personally for the past 4 or 5 years, not this specific one of course, but the same model in a different colour. I've been very happy with it in those years. I don't ride every day, but I do go out regularly and I've not discovered any problems or dislikes other than the shoe having laces, which of course most of the shoes have, so that's not really something you can get around unless you go for a boot without laces. Overall, the shoe is very comfy, it has an Ortholite inner sole, it's a sturdy shoe, it has a very nice handy loop up here which makes it much easier to put the shoe on because they're quite stiff. The shoe gives me a bit of a Nike vibe which I like, and it's not a waterproof shoe, so that's good if you're riding in hot days and not so good if you're riding when it's wet. Number 3 is the TCX Lady Smoke boot, and the name kind of gives it away and so does the look. This is a ladies boot, gives you a little bit of a height boost at the back, a 4.5cm heel which will lift you up a little bit where you need it, and overall just a great traditional looking biker boot. I love the gold details. The only thing that's a little bit off is the gold plate with the TCX logo on the front, which is the only bit of branding actually. It doesn't really matter that it doesn't look that great because you can easily slide it off if you don't like it, and then it will leave you with a very clean looking traditional boot and just a very comfortable boot to wear. Now I haven't worn it myself, but we do get a lot of customer feedback, and from what we hear, from what we gather, it is a very nice shoe to keep on for most of the day. Ankle protection on this boot is quite visible. You can see the cups at both sides, and that's kind of a love or hate thing for most people. And apart from that, this boot is waterproof, and like I said, it will give you that little 4.5cm height boost if you need it. TCX Lady Smoke, a lovely traditional biker boot. And that brings us to the Dainese Urbactive shoe. Arguably the worst name in the lineup, but definitely a very nice and different looking shoe. Now you might know that Dainese bought TCX a few years ago. TCX make great shoes such as the Lady Smoke you just saw. So basically you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the Dainese style, you're getting the Dainese look and appearance, but you're also getting the TCX years of experience of making shoes. Now this shoe promises to be ergonomic and anatomically shaped, and I believe it does deliver on that because it's very comfy to wear. On top of that, this boot also has a Gore-Tex membrane inside, which means basically that when you're sweating, the molecules can escape the shoe, but when it rains, that the rain molecules can't get through. So when it's raining and you're sweating, you won't get wet. All laces, of course, as you would expect. It has a handy loop on the back to get the shoe on with. As I mentioned, all of these shoes are quite stiff. It has a nice little neoprene heel cup over here which will close off the shoe and is very comfy. And overall, just a very nice and comfy shoe to walk around with. The Dainese Urbactive. And last but certainly not least, another one for the ladies, the Alpinestars Ava boot. Now this rough and rugged looking boot is just really cool, and it'll get you looking like Sarah Connor in a matter of minutes. It can really be classed as a shoe because it does cover the ankles and it is obviously a boot. Then again, this is the style of boot we're seeing in daily life and on the streets, so it is understandable that Alpinestars would take that style and make it into a motorcycle boot. And what a result! Just like with the TCX, you're getting a very nice thick sole which will give you a little bit of a height boost, maybe even similar to that of the TCX. And what's great about this boot is that not only does it have all these laces, which are lovely but a little bit inconvenient sometimes, it also has a zip, which means you can lace up the boot nice and tight, open the zip and easily take off the boot and put it back on. Now the boot itself is not waterproof, so don't expect to keep your feet dry in these when it's pouring down. However, it will withstand a couple of drops, of course. Very comfy to wear. Again, not something I've worn myself. Sadly, they don't make this boot or a similar one in men's sizes, but that might be something for the future. Hey, Alpinestars. So if you're a lady and you want a cool looking boot and the best possible protection with a casual shoe, then this is definitely one to look at, the Ava from Alpinestars. Well, that pretty much wraps up our video on the 5 best casual motorcycle shoes. Thank you very much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed it and learned something new today. If you have any questions about these shoes or different shoes, drop them in the comments below and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button to make us all smile, and of course subscribe to our channel so that you never miss any of our future content. Check out the shoes and other clothing on photomoto.com, where we have the best prices and of course worldwide shipping, and we hope to see you again at the next one. Thank you very much and cheerio.